The term German Expressionism describes two separate groups of expressionists. Die Brücke, or the Bridge, was a German expressionist movement founded by Ernst Ludwig Kirchner in Berlin. Like the Fauves, Die Brücke formed in 1905. They were similarly interested in defining color as an expressive element that operates independently of forms. Kirchner was primarily interested in depicting imagined Berlin street scenes. These scenes are often disharmonious and dizzying. Kirchner's compositions make us feel claustrophobic as he crowds them with these strange and looming figures. A second group of German expressionists, called Der Blaue Reiter, or the Blue Reiter, was formed in Munich in 1911 by a Russian painter named Wassily Kandinsky. Believe it or not, this early painting by Kandinsky is still rooted in representation, albeit very abstract. The painting's title, The Cossacks, references the figures in the center of the composition. These soldiers are represented wearing red hats and are carrying tall poles or rifles. Other abstracted but recognizable imagery can be derived from the composition, including mountains, buildings, and a rainbow. Now, the content of this slightly later painting by Kandinsky is quite a bit more difficult to distill. There do not seem to be any recognizable forms or symbols for us to hold on to. All we see is a frenetic swirling of shapes and colors. Kandinsky is credited as being the progenitor of non-objective painting in the European modernist tradition. Searching for hidden imagery in a work like this is no different from looking for pictures in the clouds. We are forced to approach non-objective work exclusively through the lens of formal analysis, how the colors, shapes, and textures interact with each other through the composition. In this way, Kandinsky's paintings achieved what the European expressionists had attempted before him. He divorced color completely from recognizable subject, allowing it to exist as an independent emotional medium. Kandinsky named this particular painting Composition Number 7. Since his paintings did not depict recognizable subject matter from our physical world, Kandinsky wanted to title them in a way that did not evoke specific imagery. He would title his paintings things like Composition Number 1, Composition Number 2, Composition Number 3, etc. The word composition references the design of a picture plane, but it also relates to composing in the musical sense. Kandinsky looked to music as an influence for his non-objective paintings. He took interest in the ability of music to make us feel different emotions without having to tell us in words or images. In his paintings, Kandinsky wanted color and form to affect the viewer the same way that melody and harmony might affect a listener. Pierre Mondrian was a younger artist who took great influence from the work of Wassily Kandinsky and Der Blaue Reiter. Mondrian was part of a group of Dutch artists called De Stijl, or the Stijl. De Stijl was founded in 1917 and was comprised primarily of architects and artists. They held utopian ideals that had to do with notions of spiritual harmony and order. It was their idea that a perfect society is one that embraces functionality and universality. From early in his life, Pierre Mondrian took interest in spirituality and order. He was a proponent of an early 20th century religious movement called Theosophy. Theosophy was one of the first New Age religions that sought to find commonalities between the different world religions. Mondrian's work from De Stijl continued to explore these notions of spirituality and universal harmony. These paintings are all variations of the grid. Mondrian viewed geometry as an underlying structure of all things. The simple rectilinear shapes are paired with the primary colors, which are the basis of all color mixing. Although these paintings seem very simple, the artist was known to labor over them a great deal, moving the lines and shapes by millimeters until a specific visual harmony was achieved. Mondrian was one of many European modernists who took asylum in the United States during World War II. As we'll see in coming lectures, this moment in time would serve to shift the focus of the art world from Europe to America. When he moved from Europe to New York City in 1940, Mondrian's paintings took a radical shift. The bright lights of the city and the improvisational energy of jazz music influenced him to make more lively paintings, such as this one, entitled Broadway Boogie Woogie.